back, everybody. Weekend just gone was the 4th Black Country Game Market. New venue. Really good day out. Met loads of people again. Perhaps not quite as many as that were at the previous one, but still loads there. And I met, awesome to meet Sean, Pompey Games Room, for the first time. Also I bumped into a subscriber. Great to talk to you, mate. It was up for the day, so I had a great chat with you. Really enjoyed that. It's the meeting people that makes these events special. So again, it was another good one. Plenty of the regulars stalling out. I won't go through everybody because, you know, I just highlighted those two people because they were two people I hadn't met before, which was great. I did take a bit of footage. It's not very good, to be honest. It wasn't very easy to film in there, really, because I think the new venue, it was much better in some ways, but a couple of ways it wasn't quite as good, I don't think. It was really dark. That was my biggest complaint. But there's also a stage where there were like tournaments going on the consoles, and that was quite loud, and you're having to shout to talk to people. That kind of thing is not for me, really. But I prefer something where you haven't got to shout at each other. And it was quite I think it was really busy. I think it was certainly much busier than the previous incarnations. So I think, you know, more people perhaps attracted to this new venue, which made it feel more busier and more congested. But that said, it was a great event. I really enjoyed it. It was just the lighting more than anything else. Felt sorry for Sean, who was in the corner of the room where it was really, really dark, and he had to like illuminate what he got with his phone, you know, like the torch, you know. So in that aspect, it could have been better for the sellers in particular. But I'll put the footage up now. You can have a quick look. Like I say, it's not very good. It's not very long, so you haven't got much to skip if you don't want to watch it. But I'll put it up now. As you can see, there was a good array of stalls. There were more stalls than at the previous event because it was a bigger venue, obviously. They might have already outgrown it down Renant. this event's going from strength to strength. They might need an even bigger venue next time, possibly. I don't know. But again, great work by Ant and Dana at Hidden Chest. Go check them out. Awesome shop. Great lads, and another great event. I didn't actually go there to buy anything. You know, skint as usual. However, I did pick up a couple of bits. Like I say, that I wasn't looking for particularly. But I went to meet the people. But anyway, I did pick up a few bits. First of all, I got some PS3 games. I know it's a bit new for me, but I picked up some PS3 games off Daz, purely because I've set up a PS3 driving rig. I've started another kind of gaming area in the shed. I know it's a bit out of control, but nevertheless, I've set up this driving rig for the PS3, and I've researched which PS3 racers were compatible with the steering wheel. So I've been trying to pick them up, and I've got a couple here off Daz. First one being Ferrari Challenge. What is it? Yeah, Ferrari Challenge. I think I've got this on the Wii. It's just a generic racer, isn't it? But really cheap. So I just picked it up so as I could try it. This is in a similar vein, made by the same people. Supercar Challenge. I think it's just an evolution of that game, if I'm honest. But again, really cheap. So I've picked it up to try it on the wheel. And then I've picked this up, Champion Jockey, which is also Gallop Racer. I've looked at this before. It seems uncommon, I would say. I saw it in CEX once and regretted not buying it. Because I quite like these horse racing sort of, you know, they're kind of arcade races, aren't they, really? But you're the jockey on the horse. But this works with the move controller. So I'm expecting, you know, this might play a bit like the old, what were they called? Was it Gallop Racer in the arcade? Where you know, you'd sit on the horse, and I'm assuming the move controller works as kind of the reins on the horse. I don't know, but got that off Daz anyway, so at some point I'll get round to trying it. Then got a gift off Mr. and Mrs. Bear. I don't know if it'll show up in the... Anyway, we've got an addition to the Bear family. We've got a yellow one this time, so that's awesome. Then I picked up some Spectrum games off Sean. Some cheapies. And we've got Winter Sports. Now, me and Sean was having a conversation. We both remember playing a Winter Sports game on the micros back in the day, which I enjoyed. But I can't remember if this was the one, so I kind of took a chance, really. Because I can't remember if I had this or not, and whether it was the game I was thinking of or not. So, Winter Sports, not tried these yet. Then we've got River Raid. Obviously a conversion of the 2600 game, which is, you know, it's awesome on the 2600. I've never played this. Daz assures me this is terrible, so I was curious. Then I also got Park Patrol. I never had this, but I'm sure I remember. I've watched a video on this. Somebody was playing this recently. I'm sure it was this, and it looked alright. So I thought, again, it's a cheapie. I'm going to give it a try. And then the last one I got off Sean, I had this. I borrowed this off somebody back in the day. You know, swapped a game of mine for this, for whatever, a week or whatever. And I remember playing it. And it's 3D Tunnel. It's kind of a tunnel shooter, as I remember. I'd imagine it's quite bad now, but I was kind of curious just to play it again, really. So I picked up 3D Tunnel. And then the last game I got at the fair, or the market I should say, was off the Legend Stew. And I got Wanted Monty Mole, again obviously, for the Specky. I'd quite like the Monty set. I never actually had them back in the day, except the one that was free on the front of your Sinclair or Sinclair Years, the one that's Mole is Christmas. That's the only one I ever had. So managed to get that one off Stu. These seem quite uncommon now. I've been looking for these on eBay and they don't seem that common, especially Alfie Design Monty. So anyway, we've got one. Like I said, I've not tried any of those yet. Life's gone crazy for me again, just lately. You know, it's been crazy for months and then it kind of started dying down and it's gone crazy again now. I've just got no time for anything. So I don't know when I'll get round to trying these. Hopefully at some point. We had another death in the family. Dealing with that. Been doing a new kitchen at my mum's house. It's dragging on and on and on. It's just got no time for anything. Right, so that was the fair, or the market I should say. So I'll now go on to some pickups. These are really good, I've got to say. These are top quality pickups. A lot of these are from months ago. And I've just, again, time, just not got round to it. So I thought I'll tag a few onto the end of this event video, because there wasn't much to sort of shout from that. I should have said on the screen we've got the incredible In the Hunt. Right, first of all we've got a Dreamcast game. Hadn't bought a Dreamcast game for ages. And I never had this back in the day. It's one of the few sort of mainline sort of Sega releases that I didn't have on release. So I've picked up Outrigger, and I can't remember how I got onto this. It's like I say, I never had it. Something must have brought it into my mind. So I bought it. And I didn't know what to expect. Like I said, I'd never played it. It's really not bad, this. I don't mind. It's kind of a 3D arena shooter from what I can remember. I've only played it once, but I'm sure it's like an arena style shooting battle game, a bit like Virtual On, kind of. I can't remember whether you're in a... I think you're just a character with a gun. But it really surprised me. It was really, really good. So I'm sorry I never had that back in the day, because like I say, it seemed good. Then next up, we've got a Mega Drive game. I haven't bought much Mega Drive the last few months either. Now this is one I've had before, and when I started thinning stuff out, I did sell a few Mega Drive games which I've since regretted selling, and I've been slowly acquiring them back. This being one of them. And we've got Final Blow, sorry, which is a boxing game. I've never been keen on this box, Japanese. I don't mind the front cover, but I don't know, the back looks so naff. It's just really, really naff. I don't know. More effort was required. Anyway, Final Blow. This is Buster Douglas boxing on PAL formats. I'm not into boxing, either in real life watching it. I don't like it, but I do quite like a simplistic boxing game like this, because it's kind of like Rocky on the Master System, which I do like, and that's as far as I'm willing to go with boxing. And this is really good. Obviously, like I say, it plays like Rocky on the Master System, but the graphics are much nicer. And coincidentally, this I had a Super Gun way back when, in the 90s, and I only ever had 3 boards for it before some tosser broke into the shop and nicked it. And this was one of the arcade boards I had for my Super Gun. So it's kind of nice to have it from that point of view as well. So like I said, I regret selling it, and it's nice to have it back. It's no sort of groundbreaking title at all. It's just a decent arcade boxing title from, like, I don't know when that came out. Late 80s, I'd imagine, in the arcade. Right, we're now moving on to the cream. There's some banging stuff here, I've got to say, and it's all PS1 and PS2. First one we've got is Gatchaman the Shooting. I've had my eye on this for some time. Really, really good, because I've got Gatchaman the Fighting. Yeah. And this is a really good shooter. I really like this. As I've sort of got into shooters, I'm sort of honing down sort of the kind of shooters I like. I can't get on with bullet hells; they're not for me. But I much prefer the older, more simplistic shooters. This is awesome. I've got to say, it looks nice. It's bright and colourful. Obviously, Gatchaman's Battle of the Planets, if you didn't know, from back in the day when we used to watch the cartoons in the 80s. I used to watch Battle of the Planets. But yeah, this is a really, really good vertical shooter. I'm really pleased with this. I've not played it enough, unfortunately, again, time. But that said, that is a cracking game. And it never left Japan as far as I'm aware. So, unfortunately, you can't buy it, pal. Then next up, another classic. We've got Dodonpachi. I'm slowly chipping away at the PS1 shooters. I'm never going to buy more because I'm not buying the expensive ones, like Zanuck and, you know, Harmful Park, and, you know, I'm not buying them. But, you know, nevertheless, I'll pick up ones when I see them. And then going back to sort of what I've just said about more simplistic shooters being my favourite style, and I'm not into bullet hell. This is kind of bordering on it for me. It's awesome, but this is the limit. Anything more than this is not for me. But that said, this is a great game. I really do like it. I'm crap at it, but I do really like it. But any more bullet hell than this, like I say, it's not for me, I don't think. And funnily enough, I was having a conversation with Daz at the market, kind of about sort of bullet hell, stroke, like cave style shooters. And I know that's a cave, but we were sort of saying that, you know, loads of people love them, and I can't get on with them in the mouse part. And I thought it was me, but I've found a mutual sort of mutual friend that perhaps don't think they're all that, but you know, that's a separate subject. Right, next up, this is Namco Museum Encore, which is obviously Namco Museum 1 to 5 volumes. But this Encore edition only came out in Japan. Didn't come out PAL. I was really keen to get this, to finish the set, but I really got into a game called Rompers on one of the one-ups. Awesome game, and I found out it was on this, so that made me had to get this. Then that was like top priority. So I was chuffed to get it. But not only has it got Rompers, which is an amazing game, I've got to just try Rompers. It's absolutely a brilliant single screen arcade. Kind of a platform puzzle style game. Anyway, it's brilliant. I'll put some footage up. But it's also got some other excellent games on here. It's got Kingdom Balloon, which again is a great game, kind of a Space Invaders Galaxian style game. Motos, again, awesome game. Sky Kid is an awesome game. Rolling Thunder is an awesome game. Then we've got one there I can't remember what that is. It's in Japanese. It's got Dragon Saber, which is a kind of a good vertical shooter, and it's got Rompers. A mega collection. I'd possibly say that's the best of all the volumes. Magnificent. And play Rompers. Brilliant. Then PS2 games now. These I'm chuffed to get all these. they're all mega. So we're back on the PS2 Oriteki games, which are kind of a collection of arcade releases. First one we've got is Puyan. Again, this is a single screen style arcade game. And I've said before, I've been looking to get the Oriteki games that interest me, and I've now got all the ones that do interest me. I'm not saying I won't buy the others, but I've got all the ones I wanted amongst this lot. Puyan is fantastic. Then next up, we've got Burger Time, another absolute banging arcade classic. And these are the sort of the arcade games emulated on the PS2, but they've got loads of settings. You know, you can change them from Yoko to Tate. You know, that really good, and that's Burger Time. Then next up, we've got Moon Crester, which is obviously quite an early vertical shooter. So it's really good to have that. These, I'm not opening them all, but they all come with the gubbins. But most of these, sidetracked. Most of these Oriteki games come in the same style box with this kind of rainbow effect. But then you get the later ones in these white boxes. I'm not sure which I prefer, to be honest. I think I prefer them, but the later ones come in these. Then next up, we've got Terra Cresta, which I think is the better game for me. Slightly more modern, obviously, than Moon Cresta. But I do quite like these games where they've got that mechanic of adding parts to your ship. So, chuffed to get Terra Cresta. And then the last one I got for this Oriteki set, like I say, there's about 20 or 23 volumes of it or something. But I didn't want them all. There was like, I don't know, 10 or 12 I wanted. And anyway, the last one I got was Castlevania. And again, this is the Castlevania arcade game. I've not played much of this. It's kind of alright, is my memory. Obviously it's an arcade game, so it's perhaps it's not like the Symphony of the Night, for instance. It's more of a sort of a platform hack and slash type game, from what I remember. It's good, but I don't think it was sort of mega, if you know what I mean. Well, chuffed to have it. Some of them are getting really quite silly prices now. And then in a similar vein, there's the Sega 2500 series. Now I really regret not buying all them back in the day, because I'd have loved a full set of them. But some of them now are such crazy prices. There's no way I would pay it. So I'm kind of happy with where I am with those and what I've got. There are a few I would like ideally, but I'm not going to pay silly money. If I see them at a reasonable price, I'll grab them. But if not, I'm happy with what I've got. But I did manage to get, this is a cheap one. I did get this, which is Hakuto no Ken, or Fist of the North Star. And this is one of the earlier ones, where you tend to get like a remade version and then perhaps the original version on the disc. And this one's a Sega Mark III game, so you get the Sega Mark III game and you also get the remodelled PS2 version, which is the footage that you're seeing now. It's quite simplistic, but I really quite like this. It's just nothing more than a walk along sort of beat 'em up in the vein of like Vigilante perhaps, but I really quite like this, and that is one of the cheapest Sega 2500 you can buy. So I definitely recommend that. We've only got 2 left, and another 2 bangers, in my opinion. We're back on the shooters, and I had to pick up the Gunbird set. It's Gunbird 1 and 2. I had this PAL, but you know, I needed the Japanese one, so I've offloaded the PAL one and got myself the Japanese one, and it's a fantastic game. Going back to these sort of bullet hell shooters, which aren't for me, I don't think. The Psycho stuff, awesome. I mean, this is possibly the pinnacle to me. I don't think shooters have been done better than the Psycho games, really. I mean, don't get me wrong, I prefer Raiden or Shenryu, but these are fantastic. So I'm chuffed to get that set on Japanese. It's unfortunately a lot more expensive than the PAL one. And then in a similar vein, I got myself the Sengoku Aces collection. I think this is out PAL. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. Again, Psycho games, sort of Japanese. Again, it's vertical. Well, there's 2 games on here. The first one's vertical. I think the second one's horizontal from memory. But it's kind of Japanese warplane type setting. Really, really good. I need to play more of these. Like I say, the Psycho stuff is fantastic in my opinion. And those Psycho collections on the Switch or the PS4, whatever you've got it on, you can't go wrong with them. They are such amazing value for money. But I really wanted to get those into the PS2 collection. I think we'll leave it there for today. Let me know what you thought. Some top stuff there in my opinion that I'm really chuffed to get. Did you go to the event? Let me know what you thought. Go check out Hidden Chest. Go help Ant and Dana out. Great shop. And Doncaster coming up end of November. So it'd be good to see you there if you're going. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you soon, all being well. Sayonara.